Hey there YouTube lovers, my name is BB8 and today I am going to review Marvel Rivals. For you guys who don't know me already, I am a big Overwatch player, meaning I'm always interested to check out new games like Overwatch, and Marvel Rivals was no exception to this. And if I'm being honest, 2024 has not been a good year for shooting games. Not just critically, but commercially as well. With games like Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League, which existed, Foam Stars, which I didn't have a bad experience with, but doesn't reach the heights of Splatoon, and Concord, which was alright, but unfortunately shut down 2 weeks after launch. And I'm still yet to check out Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and Helldivers 2 I skipped due to it not really being my thing. But Marvel Rivals, in other hand, I was interested to check out upon announcement to see how the game balances the Marvel comics with competitive gaming. And after playing Marvel Rivals for 2 hours, I can safely say for now that Marvel Rivals probably has to be my favourite shooting game of the whole year. And I'm impressed with the amount of detail put into the game, such as the UI design and the character animations, and the game does capture the vibe of the Marvel comics quite well, even though the gameplay elements feel similar to those who have played Overwatch, but at the same time feels fresh with Marvel characters being put on top of it. But while Marvel Rivals didn't do anything groundbreaking to make it stand out from Overwatch, it still brought in some incredible gameplay mechanics that freshened things up. Without giving away too much of my opinion in the intro of the video, let's get into it, shall we? For the gameplay in Marvel Rivals does draw heavy inspiration from Overwatch, with each hero offering a wide variety of abilities as seen from the Marvel comics. And during the time that I spent on Marvel Rivals, I did notice that a few characters on the roster actually did parallel heroes from Overwatch. For example, Hawkeye feels a lot like Hanzo, Luna Snow combines elements from both May and Lucio, Loki borrows the ultimate ability from Echo, and Penny Parker is heavily inspired by D.Va, while also including a symbiotic twist to her moveset. And while this does sound a bit imitative in comparison to Overwatch, it's not really a drawback here, because the characters used in Marvel Rivals do stay true to their abilities from the Marvel comics quite well. And the third-person gameplay and destructible environments do add a new layer to the gameplay, which makes Marvel Rivals stand out from the others. And while the modes I've experienced in Marvel Rivals so far are similar to Overwatch, such as capture the objective and stop the payload, I feel like maps such as Wakanda, Tokyo 2099, Asgard, and Symbiotic Surface, which I do think the modes translate quite well into these Marvel locations, and the gameplay is smooth and the matches are fast paced. But the biggest problem I've had with Marvel Rivals is the balancing issues, since some of the heroes did feel a bit OP in comparison to the others, and while it didn't ruin my experience, I could see this being an issue for the game down the line. But one gimmick that stood out to me in Marvel Rivals that Overwatch does not have are the team-up abilities. Unlike ultimates in Overwatch, team-up abilities combine ultimate abilities together to create a new and unique ability that can only be used with that combination of heroes in your team, such as Ragnarok Rebirth with Healer, Loki, and Thor, Symbiotic Bond with Venom, Spider-Man, and Penny Parker, Lunar Force with Cloak and Dagger, as well as Moon Knight, and Chilling Charisma with Luna Snow, Namor, and Jeff the Landshark. And so far, There are 15 team-up abilities available to use, and honestly, it's one feature I didn't think about adding to Overwatch, and I could definitely see them doing another team-up with Shang-Chi and Iron Fist. That is if Shang-Chi was to be added into the game in the future, which I hope he does. But overall, Marvel Rivals provides an enjoyable gameplay experience, even if it does parallel Overwatch. For the graphics and the performance, visually, Marvel Rivals doesn't look realistic, but it doesn't need to be. And while only the characters had cel-shaded visuals, I still thought that some of the maps looked quite good visually, giving Marvel Rivals a colourful and stylish look that fits the essence of the Marvel comics in general. And one thing that did stand out to me is the character animations, especially in characters like Luna Snow. If you walk long enough, she walks like she's ice skating, which did stand out to me quite well. And Venom has his own climbing animation in comparison to other characters who can climb. The UI design is creative and expressive as well, and the reason I found the UI design to be creative is within the gallery section, since each season has a gallery page of its own, and I love how the gallery is like a comic book. But at the moment, it only shows Season 0, Doom's Rise. But hopefully, in the next year or so, it will expand through more seasons featuring art that you unlock or obtain through the Marvel Rivals Battle Pass. The menu animations are expressive as well, with each animation when hovering over a hero being unique, such as Captain America having his shield in front of him, Squirrel Girl holding out her squirrel, and Wolverine unleashing his claws. On the technical side of things, the experience of Marvel Rivals is seamless. During the 2 hours I spent on the game, I did not encounter any performance issues or matchmaking delays, which does add another layer of polish to the game, especially for a newly launched multiplayer game, which does make it more appealing to play. And the graphics and the performance in Marvel Rivals are well done, which is impressive for a new free-to-play multiplayer game. For the characters, the character roster is another strength for me with Marvel Rivals, which does provide a fair balance of well-known Marvel characters such as Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Venom, as well as lesser known characters like Luna Snow, who I had never heard of before Marvel Rivals, considering her comic book debut was in 2019, Squirrel Girl, who I originally knew from LEGO Marvel Superheroes, and Jeff the Land Shark I had never heard of either. But the diversity does appeal very well to hardcore Marvel fans like myself, but also make sure that the roster is fresh by making sure that the more known do not overshadow the obscure. And each character does bring a unique ability to the table as well, such as Doctor Strange with his portals, Scarlet Witch's magic, Spider with Penny Parker, or Loki's shape-shifting abilities, which allow him to disguise as any hero, providing a range of playstyles for everyone. And while I didn't get to play as all of them within the 2 hours that I played the game, the ones I did have the most fun with were Loki, Hawkeye, Penny Parker, and Moon Knight, while the ones I struggled to master were Scarlet Witch and Squirrel Girl. And one aspect I really loved about this game is the unique approach to the character design, with heroes such as Moon Knight, Hawkeye, Psylocke, and Wolverine feature unique designs which make them stand out to their comic book counterparts. And the game does include skins from the MCU as well, such as films like Spider-Man No Way Home, Avengers Endgame, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Loki Season 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, even though Deadpool's not there, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the Black Widow movie from 2021, Black Panther Wakanda Forever with Namor the Submariner, Thor Love and Thunder, and Mr. Knight from Moon Knight. And I do think we have a great roster to start off with, but if I was asked what heroes I would want to see in Marvel Rivals in the future, my 10 picks would be Shang-Chi, any of the 4 Fantastic Four members, no matter who it is, mainly Ben Grimm the Thing, Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I am curious to see how them two are gonna work with their shrinking powers and stuff, Green Goblin, Daredevil, and Miles Morales. I would have added Deadpool in there, but I understand why they didn't include Deadpool in the game, given that Marvel Rivals is a PEGI 12 in the UK, and Deadpool is a rated R character. But I do think it would have been funny to have Deadpool break the fourth wall in some matches. While not the perfect game, Marvel Rivals is a strong contender to be the best new multiplayer shooter to have released in 2024, with a great blend of gameplay, visuals, and a diverse character roster that makes Marvel Rivals a standout in the genre that has had a hard time this year. But apart from the balancing issues, which do hold Marvel Rivals back from being up there with Fortnite and Overwatch 2, but these issues didn't overshadow the game's strengths. And in a year where multiplayer shooters haven't been the best, Marvel Rivals is a different argument because it's fun and well made, that it combines the Marvel universe with the hero shooter formula, and fans of either Marvel or Overwatch should give this game a try. And if it was an option to own Marvel Rivals physically, I would give it the collector perk. And overall, I give Marvel Rivals an 8 out of 10. Marvel Rivals is a game that understands its audience and definitely delivers on an experience that feels both familiar and fresh at the same time. And if you are a fan of Marvel or are looking for a new multiplayer game to play, Marvel Rivals is definitely worth your time. With its diverse roster of well-known characters and obscure characters, it does have the potential to grow into a bigger game as more updates and new content are provided. But for now, I'm looking forward to see where this game goes next. And I can definitely say for now, I'm interested to come back to Marvel Rivals for more in the future. So guys, what did you think of my review of Marvel Rivals? And I can safely say for now, next week's BB8's House reviews will be the debut of the indie category with the Plucky Squire. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn your notification bell on so you don't miss another video like this one in the future. And I will see you all in a future video. BB8 out.